Economic collapse news. Hey gang, this is Mike with myrealestatedojo.com, and these are just my opinions of what's going on, even though I've been very correct since 2016 predicting what's going to be happening in our economy with civil unrest in America, the price of gold, and so on and so on, okay? Now, going back to the story, what's going on in our country is that we're at war, but no one's telling us about it, okay? We don't live in an era of World War I and World War II where they declare war. We're currently at war. Just ask yourself, how much money has America sent to Ukraine? Billions of dollars, okay? So we send billions of dollars because we're at war. Now, just the other day, we had an attack in our electrical grid system. Just today, Russia had an attack in their military base deep inside of their country. So these are all signs of an active war. Now, why am I talking about that when I'm talking about the economy? Well, we're about to head into the biggest depression, in my opinion, that we've never seen in the history of America. It's going to make the Great Depression look like a dwarf if we don't hit, the Western countries don't hit a break on the physical confrontation that we have with Russia, okay? Now, the thing is that, just today, they're creating they already created a bill or an idea where they're going to tell Russia that they're going to just charge $60 per barrel for gas or for fuel. Now, what this is going to do is what I've said before. We're going to have extremely, extremely, extremely high fuel and energy prices if we can get it, okay? If we can get it. We're already seeing that in Europe. And that's going to just destroy the manufacturing sector, the production of goods sector, the service sector. I mean, imagine everything from trains to buildings to Ubers. Everything is going to be going up dramatically, okay? So the way it's looking is that we're at multiple wars. We are at war with inflation. We're at war with Russia. We're at war with the petrodollar status. So we're at war with InfoWars. We're at war with our freedoms and our rights according to the Constitution, and so many different things, okay? So how's the economy looking? Well, in my opinion, we're going to take major hits in the stock market, in the real estate market. Now, a lot of funny things that I see on Facebook is, and my students bring it up to me, is like, you seeing these posts, they say, look, some realtors trying to make a conviction that if you bought a house just 8 months ago, the payments were so low versus if you bought a house today and the asking price is exactly the same, okay? And that is a false statement. Even though the prices are exactly the same right now, if you know anything about physics, when you throw a coin up into the air, at the very top, the coin stops, okay? And it takes a second for it to come back down and flip the other direction. And that's where we are in the housing market when it comes to prices. It's going to take a minute for that coin to go to the very peak, stop, and then flip the other way. Now, in gravity, it works very, very, very fast, but in real estate, it's very, very slow because these are the people's homes that they're indebted. They're going to have negative equity. They're going to be underneath the water, and so they're going to be losing thousands of dollars. And some people may have a lot of equity in there instead of selling their home and walking out with $500,000 in their pocket. Maybe now they're walking out with $250,000. So these are hard decisions to make. So it's going to take a minute before the coin flips and stops and goes the other direction, and that reflects the price of the homes. So in reality, when a realtor posted about if you bought a home 8 months ago and the monthly mortgage payment would be this versus this, what they're confusing is the asking price, because the coin is at the stopping point and it's not coming down, which means that the price of the homes will come down in 1 month, in 6 months, in a year. They're going to come a lot lower. Therefore, the monthly mortgage payment will be coming down. But what's most important is not your monthly payment, even though that car dealerships and mortgage brokers sell you on your monthly payments, what is the most important is what you pay for the asking price. So if you're paying for a property at $400,000 and 6 months later, a year later, you can buy the same exact property for $200,000. Okay, in my opinion, if you're paying a few points more for interest or your mortgage is a little bit more on a monthly basis, you're still winning out at the end of the day because your ability to buy that property at such a discount. Okay, now if you consider amortization, you got to consider all that kind of stuff. So I'm just trying to simplify it, as dumb it down as possible. Okay, because it gets very, very complex. But simply put, ladies and gentlemen, our economy is now looking good, and there's going to be massive, massive layoffs coming from the tech industry, coming from the restaurant industry, coming from the transportation industry, coming from the hospitality industry, coming from, dude, go to the restaurants, okay? There are so many people having a hard time making it, all right? And so once we see these massive layoffs happening more and more and more, then we're going to see price cuts, because now the home sellers that were holding out, that didn't want to sell because they didn't want to take a haircut, they thought they had more equity and they didn't want to come to reality, will have to come to reality because they can't make their monthly payments anymore. Okay, and when that happens, they're forced to do it versus like making a choice to do it. So the economic class update for the Western countries does not look good. For many other countries does not look good, because we are the world reserve currency, and we're inflating and we're pumping out inflation to all these other countries, even though that we may think we have high inflation. Trust me, people in Brazil, people in all these other countries, because of the dollar dominance, world reserve currency, we're able to print stuff out and just export all this fake dollars and get all the natural resources from all the world's citizens. And therefore, even though that our prices may go up compared to other countries, they're going up significantly. So those people over there, they're only making maybe $1 or $2 a day, are now really, really suffering. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So think about that. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for leaving a like, subscribing. Let me know your thoughts below. Always remember, you're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and twice as beautiful as you ever imagined. Romy, peace.